Blog Talk Radio.
I'm gonna testify. Yeah.
Let God arise, let his enemies be scattered. Let them also that hate him flee before him. As smoke is driven away, so drive them away. As wax melteth before the fire, so let the wicked perish at the presence of God. But let the righteous be glad, let them rejoice before God. Yea, let them exceedingly rejoice. Sing unto God, sing praises to his name, extol him that rideth upon the heavens by his name, Yah, 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 and rejoice before him. A father of the fatherless, and a judge of the widows is God in his holy habitation. God setteth the solitary in families. He bringeth out those which are bound with chains, but the rebellious dwell in a dry land.
Rolling again, YomHakippurim. Here we have today's daily song. We have song. Mizmor Chof Aleph, Psalm CI. Le David Mizmor Chesed u'mishpata Ashira Lekai Yehovah Izamera. A psalm of David, Le David Mizmor. I will sing of mercy and judgment to thee, O Lord. Will I sing praise? Will I sing eyes? Chesed u'mishpat ashira lekai Yehovah izamera. Elsewhere, this is what Scripture says, even in Yeshayahu, in Isaiah, Isaiah 5 and 16, it reads, but the Lord of hosts is exalted through judgment, and God, the Holy One, is sanctified through righteousness. Vayigbaha Yahuwah Tzavaot Bamishpat V'ha'el HaKadosh Nikadash B'Tzedakah. But the Lord of hosts, Jehovah of hosts of armies, is exalted through justice. Vayigbaha Yahuwah Tzavaot Bamishpat. And God with Ha'el, and the true good, the true God, Ha'el, with Ha'el HaKadosh, and Ha'el, the Holy One, is sanctified through righteousness. With Ha'el HaKadosh, Nikadash B'Tzedakah. That is, when there is judgment, then the Lord of hosts, Yahuwah Tzebaot, is exalted through judgment. Vayigbaha Yahuwah Tzebaot Bamishpat. And when there's righteousness, then God, the Most High, with Ha'el HaKadosh, is sanctified through righteousness. Nikadash B'Tzedakah. Rav Huna said in the name of Rav Acha that David spoke thus, like this, to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to the Holy One, the Isla One, blessed be He. Whether thou the eye dealest with me, with eye in mercy, Ashira, I will sing. Whether the eye dealeth with eye, in mercy. Ashirah, I will sing, or whether thou the eye dealest with me, dealest with I in judgment. Ashirah, I will sing. Ashirah, I will sing. Either way to the eye, O Jehovah. Will I sing praises? Will I sing Isis? Lekai Yahuwah is Amera. Leka Yahuwah is Amera. To the eye, Leka. Lecha Yahuwah is Amera. Will I sing Isis? Isis is Amera. Rav Yehuda ben Palia taught when Job said, the Lord gave and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. In Job 1:21. Vayomer Arom Yatzati Nibet Enmi. The aroma shuva shamah Yahuwah Natana Vayahuwah Lakah Yihi Shema Yahuwah Mivorach, and said, naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. There Yahuwah Jehovah gave, and Yahuwah Jehovah have taken away. Blessed be the name of Jehovah. Wayomer Arom Yatzati Amibet Enmi Aram Shuva Shamah Yahuwah Natan Wayahuwah Lakach Yihi Shem Yahuwah Miborak. When Rav Yehuda ben Palia taught, when Job said, the Lord gave and the Lord hath taken away, blessed be the name of the Lord. Yahuwah Natan wa Yahuwah Lakach Yihi Shem Yahuwah Miborak. He meant that when Ha'el, the true God, gave, he alone, all one, gave. He alone gave. But that when Ha'el, true God, Almighty, took away, he, together with his court of judgment, took away. Blessed was he when he gave, and blessed was he when he took away. Either way, blessed be the name of Jehovah. Yehi Shem Yahuwah Miborak. Hence, here I will sing of mercy and judgment to the eye, O Jehovah. Will I sing praises? Will I sing Isis? Chesed u'mishpat asher lekai Yahuwah izamera. I will chant Isis. Rav Berechiah taught the name of Rav Levi, according to the words of Psalm 92, verse 9, Hebraic. But thou, O Lord, art most high forevermore, The Ata Maroma Le'olam Yahuwah, but thou the I, with Ata Marom Le'olam Yahuwah, but thou the I, O Jehovah, art on high, Marom, forevermore, Le'olam, with Ata marom le'olam Yahuwah. That is, thy hand, O Elohim, is always uppermost. That is to say, thy hand, Yadecha, Elohim, is always uppermost. In the Mishnah, we learned, I learned in the Mishnah, for good tidings. One says, Baruch atah, blessed art thou, the I, who art good and doest good. Baruch atah Yahuwah Eloheinu melech ha'olam ha'tov v'ha'metiv. For bad tidings, one says, Baruch atah, the true judge. Blessed art thou, the I, the true judge. Baruch atah Yahuwah Eloheinu melech ha'olam Dayan ha'emet. And here, for good tidings, as taught in HaMishnah, in the Mishnah, as I learned from the Mishnah. For good tidings, you say, Baruch atah, blessed art thou who art good and doest good. Here from a Siddur, from the Siddur, the prayer book, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam ha'tov v'ha'metiv. Ha'tov v'ha'metiv, ha'tob v'ha'metiv. And this here comes from Psalm 119. Mizmor Kof Yod Tet, Kof Yud Tet, Psalm CXIX, Psalm 119. Here, verse 68, where it reads, Tov atah u'metiv, thou, the I, art good. Tov atah, the I, male, the I self, and none other. Tov atah u'metiv, thou, the I, art good and doest good. Tov atah u'metiv, lamdeni chukekah, teach I thy statutes. Lamdeni chukekah, teach I thy statutes. Tov atah u'metiv. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam ha'tov u'metiv. And for bad tidings, one says, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam dayin ha'emet. Blessed art thou, the I, Baruch atah, the eternal, our God, our true good, Adonai Eloheinu, King of the universe, melech ha'olam, the just judge, Dayan ha'emet, the just judge, the true judge, Dayan ha'emet. Rav Tanchum Bar Yudan taught in the verse from Psalm 56:11. In God I will praise His word. In the Lord I will praise His word. Belohim ehalel davar, Yahuwah ehalel davar. In Elohim, Be'elohim, Be'elohim, ehalel davar, ehalel davar. In Elohim, I will praise, I will Elilta, Ehalel. I will praise Davar. I will praise His word, Davar. In Jehovah, I will praise. I will Halel, Halel Davar. Vayahuah, Halel Davar. I will praise His word. The first part of the verse implies that when Elohim comes upon me, upon I with judgment, as when it is said, even in Shemot, even in Exodus 22 and 8, whom Elohim shall condemn, Asher Yarshaon Elohim, he whom Elohim shall condemn, Asher Yarshaon Elohim. I will nevertheless praise His word. Ehalel Davar. I will nevertheless Ehalel Davar. I will nevertheless praise His word. The second part of the verse, it implies that when the Lord, when Yahuwah, when Jehovah comes to me, comes to I with mercy, as it is said even in Shemot and Exodus 34 and 6. The Lord, God, merciful and gracious. Yahuwah, El Rahum, Hanun, Jehovah, El, true good, true God, El Rahum, El merciful, Hanun, and gracious. Yahuwah, El Rahuma with Hanun. Adonai, El Rahuma with Hanun. Halel Davar. I will praise His word either way. Halel Davar. I will praise His word. The Rabbani, the rabbis, the scholars of Torah say even the verses from Psalm 116, verse 3 and 4 that read, I found trouble and sorrow, then I called upon the name of the Lord. Ara v'yagon emt'ah uv'shem Yahuwah ekra. I found trouble and sorrow. Ara with Yagon and then I called upon the name of Jehovah, B'Shem Yahuwah Ekra. And in the same Psalm 116, verse 13, where it reads, I will lift up the cup of salvation. I will lift up the chalice of salvation and call upon the name of the Lord. Kos Yitshuot Esa Uvashem Yahuwah Ekra. I will lift up the cup, the chalice of salvation. Kos Yitshuot. Lift up the cup of Yeshua. Kos Yeshuot Esa, and call upon the name of Yahuwah, of Jehovah, B'Shem Yahweh Ekra. These words imply that either way, I call to thee, I, O Yahuwah, O Jehovah. Upon the meaning of the verses in today's daily Psalm, Mizmor Kof Aleph, Psalm 101, Psalm CI. In the words, I will give heed to the way of integrity. I will give heed to the way of integrity. Askila biderek tamim. I will give heed to the way of integrity, and he that walketh in a way of integrity, he shall minister to me, he shall minister to I. Holech biderek tamim. Hu yishartein. He that walketh in a way of integrity. Tamim. Holech biderek tamim. He shall minister to I. Hu yishartein. Rav Yehuda, Judah, and Rav Nehemiah differed. According to Rav Yehuda, Judah, when Hakadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy One, blessed be He, said to Moshe, appoint a Kohen Gadol, a high priest for me, for I. Moses asked, Ha'el Elohim, from what tribe shall I appoint him? Shall I appoint him out of the tribe of Reuven? Out of the tribe of Reuben? Ha'el, the true God Elohim replied, no, I will set no base thing before mine eyes. Lo ashit linneged aynai. Elohim replied, no, lo ashita linneged aynai. I will set no base thing before mine eyes. For Reuben had done a base thing, as is said even in Bereshit in Genesis 35 and 22. Reuben went and lay with Bilhah, his father's concubine. Vayelech Reuven vayishkav va'eta Bilhah pia legesh avio. And Reuben went, Vayelech Reuven, and lay with Bilhah, his father's concubine. Vayishkav va'eta Bilhah pia legesh avio. Pilegesh abio. When Moshe asked Ha'el, Elohim, shall I appoint a Kohen Gadol, a high priest for thee, for the eye, out of the tribe of Simeon? Ha'el, Elohim replied, no, I hate the work of them that turn aside. I hate the doing of things crooked. I hate the tribe of Simeon, because of the act of turning aside that Zimri, the son of Salu, was guilty of at Shittim. And here in the Midrash notes, Bamidbar, Numbers chapter 25. Note the possible play on Seitim and Shittim. Seitim, they that turn aside. Seitim and Shittim, the place name of the place in Bamidbar in Numbers chapter 25, where the incident took place. So the words Seitim, they that turn aside, and Shittim. Therefore, Lo yidbak bi. Therefore, it shall not cleave to me. It shall not cleave to I. Lo Yidbak Bi. When Moses asked Ha'el Elohim, shall I appoint a Kohen Gadol, a high priest for thee, out of the tribe of Dan? Ha'el Elohim, the true good, the true God, answered, no. A perverse heart shall depart from me. A perverse heart shall depart from I. Levava ikesha yasur mimeni. A perverse heart shall depart from me. Lebaba ikesh yasur mimeni. For it is said, even in Judges chapter 18, verse 30, and the Bnei Dan, the children, the sons of Dan, set up for themselves the graven image, and they served the graven image because their hearts were not wholly given to their Creator, but were perverse. And they offended HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy One, blessed be He, in that they served the graven image that accompanying Amo Yisrael, the people of Israel, passed over the Yam Suf, the Red Sea, the Etzra Bahir, the Eritrean Sea. Affliction, in the words according to Zechariah 10 and 11, and over the sea, affliction did pass. This refers to Micah's graven image, referred to Judges chapter 17, that Moses had in mind when he said, according to Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 17, lest there should be among you man or woman or family or tribe whose heart turneth away this day from the Lord our God. Pen yesh bachem ish or isha or mishapacha or shevet asher levavoa foneh hayom ha'ma'im Yahuwah Eloheinu la lecheta la evodaeta Elohei hagoyim hahem, lest there should be among you man, ish or isha, man or woman, or family, misha pacha, or tribe, shevet, whose heart turneth away, perverse, this day from Yahuwah Eloheinu, Ainai Elohim, to go to serve the gods, the Elohim of those nations. Pen yesh bakem shoreisha pore rosha ve'ala inah, lest there should be among you a root that bears gall and wormwood. Therefore, whose heart turneth away, that is a perverse heart. When Moshe asked Ha'el Elohim, shall I appoint a Kohen Gadol, a high priest for the eye, out of the tribe of Yosef, out of the tribe of Joseph? Ha'el, the true good, the true God, Elohim, answered, no. Whoso slandereth his neighbor in secret, him will I destroy. Hear, in the words of today's daily psalm, Mizmor Kof Aleph. Hear the 5th verse that reads, whoso slandereth his neighbor in secret, him will I destroy. Melashni vaseter re'ehu oto atzmit. Whoso slandereth his neighbor in secret. Melashni vaseter re'ehu. Him will I destroy. Oto atzmit. For Joseph, for Joseph slandered his brothers, as is said even in Bereshit in Genesis 37, verse 2. Joseph brought evil report of them to their father. Vayave Yosef eta dibatam ra'a eta avihem. And Joseph brought evil report of them to their father. Wayabe Yosef eta dibatam ra'a illa abihem to their father. Wayabe Yosef eta dibatam ra'a illa abihem to their father. When Moses asked Ha'el Elohim, shall I appoint a Kohen Gadol, a high priest for the eye, out of the tribe of Yehuda, out of the tribe of Judah? Ha'el Elohim answered, no. In the words of today's daily psalm, YomHakippurim Aleph, Psalm 101, here, verse 5. No, whoso is haughty of eye and proud of heart, him will I not suffer. Gavah ainayim ua rechava levav, oto lo ukal. Whoso is haughty of eye and proud of heart, gebaha ainai ua rechaba levava, him will I not suffer. Oto lo ukal. For of Yehuda, of Judah, it is said, even in Bereshit in Genesis 38, verse 15, when Yehuda saw her, he thought her to be harlot. Vayireha Yehuda vayachsheveha lizona. When Judah saw her, Vayireha Yehuda, he thought her to be a harlot. Vayachsheveha lizona. Moshe then asked Ha'el, the true good, the true God. Moses then asked Elohim, shall I appoint a Kohen Gadol, a high priest, out of the tribe of Levi, out of the tribe of Levi? And Ha'el, the true good, the true God, Elohim, answered, yes. Mine eyes are upon the faithful of the land, that they may dwell with me, that they may dwell with I. Hear, in the word of today's daily psalm, YomHakippurim Aleph, Psalm 101, here, at the 6th verse. Ainaya Be'emane Eret, mine eyes are upon the faithful of the land. Ainai Be'emane Eret, La Shaveta Imadi, that them may dwell with me, with I. La Shabet Imadi. Ainaya Be'emane Eret, La Shabeta Imadi. For what art thou? The eye. So is thy tribe. And of thee, of the I, it is said, even in Bamidbar, in Numbers chapter 12, verse 7, my servant Moshe, my servant Moses, is trusted in all my house. Lochen Avdi Moshe B'Kol Beiti Ne'eman Hu. My servant Moshe, not so. He is trusted in all my house. Lochen Avdi Moshe B'Kol Beiti Ne'eman Hu. Ne'eman Hu. He's trusted in all my house. According to Rav Nehemiah, some maintain that it was Rav Chama speaking in the name of Rav Simeon ben Lakish. The words, mine eyes are upon the faithful of the land, that they may dwell with me, that they may dwell with I. Ainai be ne emnei eret la shavet imadi. These words imply that Hakadosh Baruch Hu, that the Holy One, blessed be He, said, whoever ministers, serves me, ministers to I in this world, shall also minister to me, minister to I in the Olam Haba, in the world to come. Lo yeshev b'karev beiti. He that worketh deceit shall not dwell within my house. Lo yeshev b'karev beiti. Hear, Mizmor Kof Aleph, Psalm 101 here, Hebraically verse 7. He that worketh deceit shall not dwell within my house. Lo yeshev b'karev beiti. Rav Yehoshua ben Levi, Joshua ben Levi said, a man should be humble in his own house, and all the more so in the house of Hakadosh Baruch Hu, and more so in the house of the Holy One, blessed be He. He that telleth lies shall not tarry in my sight. He that telleth lies shall not tarry in my sight. Osei haremiya dovera shikarim lo yikon lidneged ainai. He that speaketh falsehood shall not be established before mine eyes. Osei haremiya dovera shikarim lo yikon lidneged ainai. There are four companies of men and people. There are four companies of men who will not behold the presence of Ha'el, the true good, the true God of Elohim. The company of scorners. For it is written even in Mizmor Aleph, in First Psalm 1 and 1, he will not sit in the seat of the scornful. Uvemoshav leitzim lo yashav. Nor sat in the seat of the scornful. Uvemoshav leitzim lo yashav. He will not sit in the seat of the scornful. Uvemoshav leitzim lo yashav. The second, the company of hypocrites, as it is written even in Eob and Job 13 and 16. A hypocrite cannot come before him. Ki lo lifanayo Chanei Fayavo. For an hypocrite shall not come before them. Kilo Lifanayo Chanei Fayavo. And the third, the company of slanderers, as is said even in today's daily psalm, Psalm 101, verse 5. Whoso slandereth his neighbor in secret, him also I cannot abide. Whoso slandereth his neighbor in secret, whoso privily slandereth his neighbor, him will I cut off. Melashni baseta re'aihu oto, him oto atzmit, him I cannot abide. Oto, him atzmit, I will cut off. Read not Oto, him, but Ito, with him. Read not Oto atzmit, but Ito atzmit, with him. And fourthly, the company of liars. The company of liars, as it is written even here in Mizmor Kofalev. He that telleth lies shall not tarry in my sight. Ose Armiya Dover Shikarim Lo Ikon Linneged Ainai. He that telleth lies shall not tarry in my sight. He that speaketh falsehood shall not be established before mine eyes. Osei Remi Dover Shikarim Lo Yikon Linneged Ainai. On morning's account will I destroy all the wicked, all the ratchet of the land. Labikarim atzmit kol rishai aret. On morning's account, morning by morning, labikarim, morning by morning will I destroy all the wicked, all the ratchet of the land. Labikarim atzmit kol rishai aret. I will early destroy all the wicked, the ratchet of the land. Labikarim atzmit kol rishai aret. Vehem heviu elayo od nedava baboker, and they brought yet to him free will offerings every morning. Vehem heviu elayo od nedava baboker. They brought yet to him free will offerings on one morning and on the next morning. Vehem heviu elayo od nedava baboker, and because of the merit thus like this gained, I will destroy all the wicked, all the ratchet of the land. Labikarim atzmit kol rishai aret. Vayehia b'yom kalot Moshe lehakim et hamishkan And it came to pass on the day that Moshe, had made an end of setting up the tabernacle, Vayehia b'yom kalot Moshe le'hakima et ha-mishkan, that the princes of Israel, Nisiei Yisrael, that the princes of Israel, Nisiei Yisrael, Vayaviu et karbanam lifnei Yehovah, sheisha eglotas av, u'shnei asar bakar, brought their offerings before Jehovah, 6 covered wagons and 12 oxen. Wayabiu et karbanam lifnei Yehovah, sheisha eglotas av, u'shnei asar bakar. And they presented them before the tabernacle. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, take, it is of them, in order that the wagons may serve for carrying the tent of meeting, and thou shalt give them to the Levites. Vayakrivu otam lifnei ha-mishkan. Vayomer Yahuwah el Moshe leimor, kach meitam v'hayu ala evoda eta evodata ohela moeda v'natata otama el ha-Elohim. Bamidbar, Numbers, chapter 7, verses 1 to 5. Hakadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy One, blessed be He, said to Moses, go forth and speak grave words, serious words to the Bnei Yisrael, to the sons of Israel. Say, I, the Lord, will reckon the offering to your credit as though I needed something to carry my world. And what is it that carries my world? It is the tabernacle. Now, when the princes brought the covered wagons and the oxen, Hakadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy One, blessed be He, said to Moses, take, it is of them. Kach, meitam, take, kach, it is of them. Meitam, kach, meitam, take, it is of them. For Moses had asked, can some prophet have decreed that the princes bring these things? Or can the princes have brought them of their own free will? Hakadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy One, blessed be He, replied, take, kach, meitam, take, it is of them, in order that the wagons may serve for carrying the tent of meeting. Here in Bamidbar, in Numbers chapter 7, verse 5. Kach meitam v'hayu ala evoda eta evodata ohel moed. Take, it is of them. Kach meitam, in order that the wagons may serve for carrying the tent of meeting, the Ohel Moed. How long did the oxen remain alive? Rav Hanina said in the name of Bar Kapara, And Rav Yudan said in the name of Rav Shemuel Bar Nachmani, until the Bnei Yisrael, the sons of Israel, the children of Israel, the Israelites came to Gilgal. For it is said, even in Hosea 12 and 12, in Gilgal they sacrificed the bullocks. Bagilgal Shivarim Zibechu. In Gilgal they sacrificed 2 bullocks. Bagilgal Shivarim Zibechu. In Gilgal they sacrificed 2 bullocks, or in Gilgal, Bagilgal Shewarim Zibechu, they sacrificed the bullocks, until No became a city of Kohanim, until No became a city of the priests of Kohanim. Rav Abba Bar Kahana said, until the time of Gibeon. Rav Abahu said, until HaHekal, the temple, was built, and Solomon offered them as a sacrifice. Rav Chama Bar Chanina said, and here a midrash note. After the time of Eli, the tabernacle was removed to Nob, in the territory of Benjamin, not far from Jerusalem, according to 1 Samuel chapter 21, verses 1 to 9. Thence there, in the time of David, it was removed to Gibeon, according to 1 Chronicles chapter 16, verse 39, 1 Chronicles chapter 21, verse 29, 2 Chronicles chapter 1, verse 3, and 1 Kings chapter 3, verse 4, and chapter 9, verse 2. It was brought from Gibeon to Jerusalem by Shlomo, by Solomon HaMelech, according to 1 Kings 8 and 4. Rav Levi taught. What was Rav Chama Bar Chanina's proof? The verse, according to 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verse 5, that reads, and King Solomon, Shlomo HaMelech, offered a sacrifice of the oxen. Note that it is not written, quote, a sacrifice of oxen, but a sacrifice of the oxen. That is, a sacrifice of the oxen that the princes brought for carrying the tabernacle, for carrying HaMishkan, for carrying the Ohel Moed, the tent of meeting, the tent of appointment. Rav Aibu said in the name of Rav Meir, the oxen are designated for the punishment of Harasha, the ratchet, the Risha'im, the ratchet in the Olam Haba, in the world to come. As is said, with the oxen will I destroy all the wicked of the land. With the oxen, la bikarim atmit, kol rish'ai aret. With the oxen will I destroy all the wicked, all the ratchet of the land. Labikarim Atzmit Kol Rishai Aretz. And here, the Midrash notes, Bikarim, the Hebrew word Bikarim, generally is translated as mornings or dawnings, the Boker, Bikari, generally translated as mornings or dawnings, may also mean oxen. Bikarim, generally translated as oxen, as mornings, can also mean oxen. Bikarim, mornings, dawnings, Bikarim, oxen. La Bikarim atzmit kol rishai aret lehakrit ma'ir Yahweh kol po'ele aven. Morning by morning, dawning by dawning, will I destroy all the wicked, all the ratchet of the land, to cut off all the workers of iniquity from the city of Jehovah. La bikarim atzmita kol rishai aret lehakrita ma'ir Yahweh kol po'ele awen. I will early destroy all the ratchet of the land, that I may cut off all the wicked, all the ratchet doers from the city of Jehovah. Yes. Shalom, Chaverim. Shalom, Gemar, Chatamat Tovah. May be sealed for good sealing in the book of life. Here in 10 days, still in the 10 days of awe, leading up to YomHakippurim here in the season. Today's daily psalm right there, local midrash, local study on today's daily psalm, themed an ideal kingship. Also, the theme of today's daily psalm, Psalm 101, a prince's psalm, right here. Rolling again, Shalom Chaverim. Here we have today's daily psalm. We have Psalm. Shalom Chaverim, Shalom. Today's daily psalm, according to the royal order of the Ethiopian Hebrews, we have Psalm Kof Aleph, Psalm CI, Psalm 101, from the Sefer Tehillim, from the Psalter, chapter 101, the Kof Aleph, the Kof Aleph Psalm, the CI Psalm, the 101 Psalm, an ideal kingship.
Shalom, Chabarim, Shalom. Today's daily psalm, according to the Royal Order of the Ethiopian Hebrews, we have Psalm Kof Aleph. Kof Aleph. Psalm CI. Psalm 101 from the Sefer Tehillim, from the Psalter, chapter 101, the Kof Aleph. Kof Aleph. The Kof Aleph Psalm, the CI Psalm, the 101 Psalm, an ideal kingship psalm. Now it needs to be noted, according to the Royal Order of the Ethiopian Hebrews after the order of Melchizedek, that this psalm was one of the psalms that was recited by Garmawi, Negus Neges, Garmawi John Hoy, by His Majesty, Coronation Day. I think this is one of the psalms in the evening leading up to the coronation, but in that time period, a coronation psalm right here. And this psalm recited by His Imperial Majesty himself. And it's interesting psalm, the Kof Aleph psalm, an ideal kingship psalm. Share a little bit right here. We also have the order of the coronation. Need to get some more copies of that from Far I, yes, I, and Deborah Zayt books. Very, very good. The first English translation of the original Amharic and Ge'ez text of the Kedase, the liturgy, the holy and sacred liturgy, and the program for the coronation of Garmawi Adamawi Haile Selassie, of His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie I, November 2nd, 1930. So this is one of the coronation psalms right here, one of the psalms that was uttered and spoken by Garmawi John Hoy, by His Majesty Garmawi Negus Neges himself, circa November 2nd, acceptable year of the Lord, 1930. November 2nd, 1930 AD. An ideal kingship. Today's daily psalm, according to the Royal Order of the Ethiopian Hebrews, the Rastafari Order of the Ethiopian Hebrews, after the order of Melchizedek, after the order of Melchizedek, the righteous king, even the King of Kings, Kadamawi, Haile Selassie. Weep not, behold, the conquering line of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, has prevailed to open the book and to loose the seven seals thereof. An ideal kingship. Many commentators agree that in this psalm, in this mizmor, this chant, this intonation, we have the utterance of a king, of a melech, the utterance of a Negus, even Negusa Neges, the Ethiopia, who formulates the principles which will guide him in his reign. I think that's worth repeating right there from the Sefer Tehillim. We have this note right here in the Sotino version. We have many commentators. This psalm is themed an ideal kingship, an ideal kingship. The psalmist's profession of uprightness, and it's superscribed as David Mizmor, a psalm of David, and after Yahweh's own heart. It says many commentators agree that in this psalm, in this Mizmor, we have the utterance of a king who formulates the principles which will guide him in his reign. So when it came to our attention that this is one of the psalms recited by His Imperial Majesty himself, right? I think prior to, and perhaps it's also contained in the coronation, but this was uttered November 2nd, coronation, weep not, behold, right? The conquering line of the tribe to the root of David. So here we have the utterance of a Negus, even Negus Neges, of the Melech HaKavod, Negus, the king, even the King of Glory, who formulates the principles which will guide him in his reign. As such, it sets forth an ideal of the throne, even the throne of great King David, the throne of Yahweh, the throne of He who be, who He be, Baruch Hu, Baruch Hashem, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, Baruch Hashem, setting forth an ideal, the ideal of the Davidic throne, which is on the highest plane. Now, centuries ago, it was given the title. Centuries ago, this very psalm, the Kof Aleph, the Psalm CI, the 101st Psalm, was given the title of the Prince's Psalm. In other words, the Prince, the Psalm of the Prince, as well as the mirror the mirror of the magistrates, or mirror for magistrates, the mirror for magistrates, and the prince's song. This song, today's daily song, also known as an ideal, themed here, an ideal kingship and coronation song of Gurmawi Haile Selassie, one of the songs. Centuries ago, this was what it was titled and given, a prince's song, a mirror for magistrates or judges. Now, the poignant question at the opening of the song, what's the poignant question? Oh, when will thou come to I? Oh, when will thou come to I? Matai tabo alai. Matai tabo alai. Alai to I. Matai tabo alai. Oh, when will thou come to I? When? This receives its most pointed explanation at the opening. At the opening, receiving its most pointed explanation. Right. On the hypothesis that the Mizmor was composed, this psalm, this chant, this intonation by Dawid, at the beginning of his reign. So this psalm, based on the hypothesis that it was composed by great King David at the beginning of his reign and recited even by the greater David, greater son, at the beginning of his reign. His ardent wish and desire was to install the Ark of the Covenant. His ardent wish was to install, what was his ardent wish? To install the Ark of the Covenant, captured from the Philistines in Jerusalem. Yerushalayim, in Jerusalem, by Yerushalayim, in Jerusalem, Jerusalem. The untoward incident, recall, the death of Uzzah. This frustrated his first attempt to realize that hope. So David's first attempt to realize that hope, right, of installing the Ark of the Covenant in Jerusalem was frustrated because of the untoward incident, namely the death of Uzzah. That frustrated that first attempt to realize that hope, that expectation, that had filled Dawid with fear and dread. And caused him to exclaim, according to 2 Samuel chapter 6, verse 9, how shall the Ark of Hashem, how shall the Ark of Adonai, how shall the Ark of Yahweh come to I? In 2 Samuel 6 and 9. His question implied that before Jerusalem could have the privilege of housing the Ark, Aaron, the Aaron, right, in the Hebrew, the Tabot, the city must be made fit. The city had to be made fit for its reception by a thorough eradication of evil. That the city had to be made fit for the reception of the Tabot, of the Ark, of Ha'aron, the Aron Ha'edut, the Ark of the Covenant, right? The Ark of the Testimony, Ha'brit, the Ark of the Witness, right? Ha'edut. His purpose in making this reformation is voiced in the Mizmor, in today's psalm, the daily psalm according to the royal order. His voice here. So this explanation also explains why it was included immediately after the Ascension Psalms. So when we look at the order of the Sefer Tehillim, we can see the explanation as to why this psalm, today's daily psalm, the Kof Aleph, the 101 psalm, why it was included immediately after what we know as the Ascension, or the songs of degrees, the Shir HaMa'alot, the songs of ascension, Yema'arik psalms. Now, Zion, Zion could only become a fitting resting place for Ha'aron, for the Tabotu, after the city had been cleansed of all unrighteousness. As the earth could only become the kingdom, as the earth, in the same way that the city of Zion, right, the castle of David, the city of David, Zion, had to become a proper resting place for Ha'aron, for the ark, for Tabotu, only after the city had been cleansed of all unrighteousness. In the same way, the earth could only and can only become the kingdom, right, the kingdom of Elohim, when wickedness, when ratchetness had been eliminated. Seek ye first the kingdom of Elohim and his righteousness. Right? And all the other things to be added. Seek ye first. What's the first? Seek ye first the kingdom. Right? So isn't that interesting? In the Brit Chadash, we have that word from Rabboni, Robbeinu Yeshua HaMoshiach. I, Lord, I, Savior. And then David, a man after Hashem's own heart, a man after Adonai's own heart, expressing the very same, the one and the same sentiment, but even more than sentiment is an ardent desire, right? It's almost like a zeal in that sense. David had that messianic zeal. He had that messianic zeal, and we need to recognize, right? We need to recognize David's messianic zeal, and for good reason, right? And for good reason. The ark, he sought to bring up the ark of the covenant to Zion, to Zion, and so everything that had happened was like a preparation, right, for this right here, this utterance right here, the principles. All right, what be the first principles of the Divrei Elohim? What's the first principles of the messianic kingship and government reign? These are, here it goes right here, in the Prince's Song, in the Mirror for Magistrates, an ideal kingship, where the psalmist, right, even David, and even the greater David, right, even David, right, Bain David, Moshiach, Bain David, here professes the uprightness of the messianic kingdom and the messianic government and rule and reign. So we have today's daily psalm, according to the royal order of the Ethiopian Hebrew, the Kof Aleph, the 101 psalm. The 101 Psalm, 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 the 101.
It is good that you are here to record this picture of me in my palace garden at Addis Ababa. People who see this throughout the world will realize that even in the 20th century, with faith, courage, and a just cause, David will still beat Goliath.
The Ark of Covenant is supposedly somewhere in Ethiopia. That's why we went into Somalia, because Ethiopia is next to Somalia. And for all you folks who don't know this,
In Ethiopian life, the imperial ruler is likened in splendor to the sun, splendor to the sun, splendor to the sun, in exalted power to the lion, to the lion, to the lion, in his divine being to the kings of Israel, divine being to the kings of Israel, to the kings of Israel, to the kings of Israel, and at times to God, and at times to God, and at times to God himself.
And what is true?
And David, my servant, shall be king over them. They all shall have one shepherd.
It is good that you are here to record this picture of me in my palace garden at Addis Ababa. People who see this throughout the world will realize that even in the 20th century, with faith, courage, and a just cause, David will still beat Goliath.
And David, my servant, shall be king over them. And they all shall have one shepherd. They shall also walk in my judgments and observe my statutes and do them. And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt. And they shall dwell therein, even they and their children, and their children's children, forever. and my servant David shall be their prince forever. Moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them. It shall be an everlasting covenant with them, and I will place them and multiply them, and will set my sanctuary in the midst of them forevermore. My tabernacle also shall be with them. Yea, I will be their God, and they shall be my people. And the heathen shall know that I, the Lord, do sanctify Israel, when my sanctuary shall be in the midst of them forevermore. Evermore. Evermore. Evermore.
The purpose of life. It is good that you have taken this picture of me in my palace garden in Addis Ababa, so it can be known unto the entire world, even with a just cause, David still choosing life. Show them a picture of Selassie. Then I tell them to protect the land. You know, see him an ancient monarchy, with me dagger full suit made from khaki. Down in the ghetto in a gunshot tabaki, and the rum shop cheaper than Ital market. Babylon apart, go make me market. Turn up the bass and the treble, it's a rotted. Penetrate straight through the cold hearted. Knowledge is a must, oh yes, I'll blast it. So tell me what the rat they're asking, how I survive and surpass this. Ethiopia where the age should be protected, the needy never neglected. And Selassie I always reflected. I tell them about David and Goliath. You tell them get quiet, Babylon tell me start a riot. Show them a picture of Selassie. Then I tell them to protect the life. You don't see him an ancient monarchy, with me dagger full suit made from khaki. Down in the ghetto in a gunshot tabaki. A black woman, so who you are talking? Remember me tell you, careful who you walk with. Who go save the youth from blood and creep walking? Save the generation, take it to what I'm talking. Selassie I am the king of all things, yo. I tell them Selassie never dead. Rumor them must spread, they probably sticking on them head. Show them a picture of Selassie. Then I tell them to protect their lives, yo. You don't see them an ancient monarchy, with me dagger full suit made from khaki. Down in the ghetto when a gunshot tabaki, and the rum shop cheaper than Ital market. Babylon apart, give me the weak of market. You turn up the bass and treble, make we blast it. Penetrate straight to the cold hearted. Education is a must, so yes, I'll blast it. Yeah, so you ask me how I survive and surpass it. So that's the you show them the way. Yeah. Show them a picture. Show them a picture. Show them a picture. Show them a. Show them a picture of Selassie. Then I tell them to protect the land. You don't see them an ancient monarchy, with me dagger full suit made from khaki. Down in the ghetto, down in the ghetto, yeah. Weapon shatter. Oh yeah, another life gone, another one born. Yeah, I keep moving on. Show them a, show them a, show them a, show them a, show them a. Show them a, show them a, show them a picture of Selassie. Then I tell them to protect the land. You don't see them an ancient monarchy, with me dagger full suit made from khaki. Down in the ghetto in a gunshot tabaki, drinking up me calabash, me babadi boy. Hey, fresh up on the scene, yeah. The marijuana so good and so clean, yeah. Don't say I never told you. Carry on my baby there. Rastafari, I already know you. Let's
Psalm 101.
מזמור ק"א לדוד מזמור, 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 מזמור.
I will sing of mercy and judgment, 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 judgment.
חסד ומשפט אשירה, 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 אשירה.
Unto thee, O Lord, will I sing, will I sing, will I sing.
לך אדוני אזמרה, 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 אזמרה.
I will behave myself wisely in a perfect way.
אשכילה בדרך תמים,
Oh, when wilt thou come unto me? Come unto me, come unto me, come unto me.
מתי תבוא אליי, 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 אליי? אתהלך, אתהלך, אתהלך,
I will walk,
אתהלך,
I will walk, I will walk.
אתהלך, 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 אתהלך.
I will walk within my house with a perfect heart, perfect heart, perfect heart, perfect heart.
אתהלך בתום לבבי, בתום לבבי, בתום לבבי, בתום לבבי, בתום לבבי.
I will set no wicked thing before mine eyes. I hate the work of them that turn aside. It shall not cleave to me. A froward heart shall depart from me. I will not know a wicked person. Whoso privily slandereth his neighbor, him will I cut off. Him that hath an high look and a proud heart will not I suffer. Mine eyes shall be upon the faithful of the land, that they may dwell with me. He that walketh in a perfect way, he shall serve me. He that worketh deceit shall not dwell within my house. He that telleth lies shall not tarry in my sight. I will early destroy all the wicked of the land, that I may cut off all wicked doers from the city of the Lord.
I'm gonna testify.
מזמור פ"ב, מזמור לאסף. אלוהים ניצב בעדת אל, בקרב אלוהים ישפוט. עד מתי תשפטו עוול, ופני רשעים תישאו סלע? שפטו דל ויתום, עני ורש הצדיקו. פלטו דל ואביון, מיד רשעים הצילו. לא ידעו ולא יבינו, בחשיכה יתהלכו, ימותו כל מוסדי הארץ. אני אמרתי, אלוהים אתם, ובני עליון כולכם. אכן כאדם תמותון, וכאחד השרים תיפולו. קומה אלוהים, שפטה הארץ, כי אתה תנחל בכל הגויים.
Psalm 82.
מזמור פ"ב, מזמור לאסף.
God standeth in the congregation of the mighty.
אלוהים ניצב בעדת אל.
He judgeth among the gods, the gods, the gods, the gods, the gods, the gods.
בקרב אלוהים ישפוט.
How long will ye judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? Selah. Defend the poor and fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and needy. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. But ye shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O God, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations. Inherit all nations, inherit all nations, inherit all nations, inherit all nations, inherit all nations.
And I come to defend the rights of the poor. For the oppression of the poor have I arised. And I come to defend the rights of the poor. For the oppression of the poor have I arised. Listen! I come to judge all your judges. Behold, I come to teach all teachers. Dismantling all of their false leaders. Liberating all Africans. That's Rasta holy only mission. Liberating all Africans. That is Rasta mission. So tell them justice. Tell them justice. This is judgment on Babylon. Oh yeah. Rasta come to defend the rights of the poor. For the oppression of the poor have I arised. Rasta come to defend the rights of the poor. For the oppression of the poor have I arised. Listen, they tried to kill the father, and they could not slay the son. They tried to destroy Mama Africa, the foundation of creation. Oh yes, the foundation of creation. Oh yeah. And I come to defend the rights of the poor. For the oppression of the poor have I arised. Rasta come to defend the rights of the poor. For the oppression of the poor have I arised. Listen! I come to judge all your judges. Behold, I come to teach all teachers. Dismantling all of their false leaders. Liberating all Africans. That Shiloh holy only mission. Liberating all Africans. That is Rasta mission. So tell them justice. This is judgment on Babylon. Where yeah, Rasta comes to defend the rights of the poor. For the oppression of the poor have I arised. I come to defend the rights of the poor. better civilization brought us just living this big plantation. But we are fighting among ourselves. Nothing to achieve this way. It's worse than we'll have said. Get up and fight for your rights, brother. Get up and fight for your rights, sister. Get up and fight for your rights, my brother. Get up and fight for your rights, my sister. Get up and fight for your rights, my brother. Get up and fight for your rights.
Sabbatical study, this I Rastafari sabbatical study for this Shabbat strong. Shabbat Shalom, Chaverim Shalom. Gemar Chatima Tova. Gemar Chatima Tova. A good final sealing, a good sealing, being sealed up. When we say seal up, yes, I seal up. Gemar Chatima Tova. Some would pronounce it as Gemar Chatima Tova. This is what is said in the post-Hekal, in the post after the times of the temple, after 70 AD, among the Yehudim, the Ihud, and especially in rabbinical Judaism, it was customary for Yehudim, to well-wish one another with the expression of Gemar Chatima Tova or Toba. A good sealing, beneficial sealing, being sealed up during the 10 days of Or, the 10 days that run from the Yom Teruah, Rosh Hashanah, also as, until Yom Kippur, YomHakippurim. Yes, So in this season, this eve, this is for the eve right here of Yom Kippur, YomHakippurim, Chaverim, and been meditating, as we say, taking that selah, that siyah, right, that moment, the Higion, Hagayon, that meditation of the heart, even in this whole season and time leading up to this very moment right here, and looking over Yom Kippur. What is Yom Kippur? Why is Yom Kippur? Should we and do we? And if we do, why and how should we observe Yom Kippur, YomHakippurim? And what good is it for I and I? Asking the real questions. Yes, and meditating on the answers and the silent reflective as Roveinu Yeshua HaMoshiach, Rabbi, his I and I Lord and Savior, Yeshua HaNotzri, as he says and advises to I and I, his followers and the disciples, to go into that innermost of the innocence, or to go into one's closet. It's important to reflect after the studies, after we reason and the reasonment and even the elaboration. Take that reflective moment, Find that time, in heart and in mind. The silent prayer, going within the innermost of the innocence. This is where we get to really overstand. First begins the Shema Yisrael, the hearing of the man who sees El, who sees the true God, who sees the true good. Yisrael, Yashar El, the upright of El, the upright of the good. The hearing of the word, feeding and feeding. We had talking about Wayelech and Moshe went, Wayelech Moshe, and Moses went. Moses is going. He's going, not going just yet, because this Torah portion, reading and feeding, Ha'azinu, coming up on, give ear, brought in the ear, here, brought in the ear. That gesture, you've done that gesture where you put your hand behind your ear and you brought in your ear, right? That's like the the sign. Well, that right there is Ha'azinu, brought in the ear, make ear. Right here on the eve. Right, the YomHakippurim. So what is YomHakippurim. These are some of the basic reasonings, and hopefully we'll be able to share with those who give ear, ha'azinu, give ear to hear. Shem'u, all y'all, ani, mevareka. So what is Yom Kippur? Standing. Check our standing. And but you ever hear anyone say to youths and to children, and when they're running up the steps, or they say stop running, but when they're running up the steps, especially they're skipping steps. Oh, running down the steps, you're skipping steps. Right? So the steps, the basic 1, 2, 3, Beit, Gimel, right? Beit, Gimel, Hebrew of the Hebrew ABCs, we get to the Gimel step, and thus we have the greeting. The greeting is spending the 10 days of awe, the awesome days, being tried 10 days, as Revelation say. We have the Gemar Hatima Tova. Gemar Hatima Tova. No, Tova. Gimar, right? The sealing, the Hatima, Gimar, Hatima Tova. So the 1, 2, 3s. The 1, 2, 3. So what is Yom Kippur? So looking over the basic and the traditional, right? Going from the low degrees to high degrees. And just a couple of first words here, in this particular season, at this particular time that we are at right now, is very, very prophetic, this dispensation. We are in a divine and a divinely appointed and a dispensation that has been written of as he who be, who he be. HaKadosh Baruch Hu Baruch Hashem, the Holy One, blessed be He, has shown us the end from the beginning. And the holy ones, the sages, but especially the prophets, and Moshe has written these things. And the faithful and the righteous in the generations, right, amongst many, 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 many nations, the international community has preserved these words. And here we in these latter days in time with Daniel's prophecy said they shall go to and fro, and knowledge, right, that knowing, that gnosis, that da'at shall be increased. Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. This Roveinu, Rebon, Yeshua. Jesus said this to the Yehudi, to the Jews, the Judahites, the Yedim, the Yehudim, the Ihud, who believed or who believed. Rephrase, believed. They yed and amen. They had me'amen. They had admittance. They admitted the truth that Roveinu, Rabboni, Yeshua HaMoshiach spoke and taught, and they were his disciples. He said, if you continue, Yeshua said, if you continue in my word, then you are my disciples indeed. And then he said, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. So I'm speaking of this most important, this is one of the most important of the feasts of Yahuwah, of Yahweh, of he who be, of Hashem. This is one of the most important feasts of Adonai. One of the most important feasts right here, Yom Kippur, YomHakippurim. So what is YomHakippurim? The day of the Atonements. Literally in the scripts, we have it as YomHakippurim, YomHakippurim, the day of the Atonements. And we emphasize atonements, that plurality, right? That plural collectiveness as one man, at one man, at one man's tav, at one man's mark, at one man's cross. X marks the spot. Seek and ye shall find. These are some of the themes for this particular season. Now, from the Old Covenant, right, we say the Old Covenant, Old Testament times to the New Testament times, and amongst the latter-day Christians, among those who call themselves followers of HaMoshiach, followers of Yeshua HaMoshiach, in the latter days and times, what's interesting is that Yom Kippur, what Yom Kippur signifies is really the heart of the true Christian, Christianoi, the followers of the anointed, the Bein Elohim, Hayim, the son of the living Elohim. This is the core, this is the spot, this is the act. So if you look through the liturgies of the true church, in the professing EOTC, speaking of the 14 anaphoras, right? Speaking of that holy Kedase, that liturgy, and even through many of the churchical manuscripts and writings of the true church, the Church of Philadelphia, we point to. The true church in the professing Church and the professing EOTC, Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church, or the Tewahedo Church. And just as a point of reference, and during this time and season, there is the remembrance, calling ones and ones who have walked this way and tried this way before I to remembrance, even remembering the tribute to the martyrs. Of course, that is more on the day of Yom Kippur. We're here at the eve. This is being brought forward as a kind of first word for the eve of the YomHakippurim, as a kind of heads up, in the first word.
Well, actually a heads up for the eve of the eve of the eve. We're looking forward to Friday evening, but hear this, so we can be prepared. Don't have to get prepared. Shema Yisrael, hear this.
To ones and ones and ones here as we are beginning the eve services, and then going through what are these according to the traditional way, and a couple of first words considering our standing. Who are we and how are we standing? And we look at the previous, how do we get here in the tribe? In the tribe, previously we had the Torah portion, the Parashat, Nitzavim, one standing. Atem, you all, y'all. Atem, Nitzavim, y'all, you all. Here we're speaking to the Kol Ish, all man of Yisrael. But as we look into that, we see it's the corporate body. It's the body, it's the church, it's the kahala, it's the kahal in the Hebrew, the kahal, the called out assembly. The Judaic and the Israelitish church is called the kehillah. Basically in the scripts we have it as the assembly, literally the called out ones, the calling out and the call that goes forward during the holy season and before the holy season to proclaim the reason for the season. As we also sought to put out that call, Rastafari proclaiming the Yom Kippur and the Sukkot, or the Feast of Tabernacles. Also, as we have proclaimed the Rosh Hashanah, the Ras, the head of Hashanah, the head of the new Shana Habarim. So here we are in the first nine days. This word here is for the first the ninth day, right? For the first 9 days and coming to the 9th day in Yahweh, in Yahweh, truth and life, we come to the eve of the Yom Kippur, of the YomHakippurim, also called in the royal Amharic, in that pure language that he has turned to his people. Yes, Saryet Ken. Yeah, of Saryet, atonement, Saryet, pardon, Saryet, like Kippur, very, very interesting word, Kippur. Did you know that the ark of Moshe, the ark of the covenant. Did you know the Ark of the Covenant has a mercy seat? And that mercy seat, which is above the ark, is on top of the ark, is the covering, and it's above the 2 tablets of law. The 2 tablets, the luchot, the sheni luchot, the 2 tablets, right? The 2 tablets of law, as well as the pot of the golden pot of manna, as well as the rod, Aaron's rod, according to the type. Take heed to the pattern. Looking at the pattern. It's important that we see the pattern so we will know how we are walking, where we are walking in spirit and in truth, right? As well as what we are talking and speaking. To the words of I mouth, the meditation of I heart. The previous Torah portion, 52nd Torah portion, Wayelech, brought to clear, right? Brought to clear heart in the previous. The last 2 Torah portion reading and feedings actually, if we pay attention and even just reflect on it during the season, my brothers and sisters, you will build up and strengthen yourself. Chizku, be strong and of a good courage. That encouragement from the previous Torah portion, and from the previous Torah portion, that the word is near to us. This matter, what is the matter? What is the matter? What is the central matter? What's the reason for the season? So in comparing the Old Testament is significant, and amongst the Old Covenant Yehudi and Israelites of Yom Kippur. And then we look in the renewed covenant, and then see that the whole liturgy, right, the true liturgy of the true church, of the church of he who has the keys of great King David, the church of Philadelphia, the church of brotherly love, right, the whole of it, right, orbits around this particular, right, this particular focal point, right, the X, about the X, the Tav, the mark, the Tau, the Taweh. He says that I am the Ha-Aleph, Ha-Taweh, Ha-Aleph, Ha-Tav. Hatav, or Hatav, to say Tav in the modern Hebrew, is to say the last letter of the 22 of the Hebrew Aleph Beit, that is known in the Western Gentile world and mind, in the Securum, as the alphabet. The first house, the alphabet. We say the Aleph Beit, the Aleph Beit. The first letter is Aleph. The last letter is Tav. In Chazon Yochanan, from the Septuagint version, in the Septuagint version of Chazon Yochanan, or the Revelation of St. John the Divine, John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seals. We have Alpha and Omega. Now, as Rastafari, as newborns, we keep that command. What is that command? That word of command. To honor thy father and thy mother. So in the honoring of thy father and thy mother, right, we honor King Alpha, Queen Omega. We honor the great Abraham, Father Abraham, and our mother, the mother of all nations, Sarah, right, that righteous patriarch and matriarch, even in the revelation, in that fulfillment of the word in these latter days and time, in the second advent, he shall shew who is the blessed and the only potentate, the King of kings and the Lord of lords, conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah. Weep not, behold, look and sight, seeing. Now, when we say King Alpha, Queen Omega, that is at the point of pre-bar mitzvah. What do we mean by that? Pre-bar mitzvah. See that rite of passage as we grow in grace. See, first you have to begin by keeping the 10, because he who be, Hashem created, right? The creation, which is also called to mind at this New Year's time and in this Sukkot and Feast of Huts and Feast of Tabernacle season, called to mind the creation, the iration, and the blameless creator, that summit, striving to reach that summit destined for us by the great creator, begins with honoring our spiritual heretical father, right? Our heavenly father, honoring our father and our mother. Yes, but it begins with the patriarch. It begins with the seed. It begins with the seed, right? That seed of the father. So we have Abraham, that exalted Abraham, firstly, the father of heights, and Abraham, the father of the multitudes. But we also have our mother. So when it is said King Alpha and Queen Omega, in Yahweh, in the revelation of the prophecy, that is true, especially for the newborns being born again, being regenerated, especially that remnant of the once lost, now found black and brown sheeple of the Beit Yisrael, and those righteous called out from the nations into the church of the firstborn, even that church in the wilderness, this church in the latter-day wilderness, church of those who have the new name, that precious name, that new name, Rastafari. Yes, I. But now as we grow in grace, as we are growing in grace in that knowledge of Yahweh, truth, and life, we come to even the roots of that spiritual, divine prophecy, manifestation, and truth of King Alpha and Queen Omega, to he who be, who he be, who is Ha-Aleph and Ha-Taweh, Ha-Tau, who is the Aleph, the Alpha, and he who is the Omega, he who is the Kedamawi, and he who is the Decharawi, he who is the first, and he who is the last. And we come to his mark, receiving his seal, that good sealing we speak of during the 10 days of awe when we say Gemar Chatimat Ova. That sealing we're speaking of is that sealing that we're speaking of in Revelation of the righteous, right? Being sealed, right, in their frontal lobes with the name of the Ab and the Bain, that stone, right? That stone, that Abain. Yes, I Habarim. So Gemar Chatimat Torah, 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 Torah,
Torah, Torah,
Kadamawi. To whom praise is due forever.
The book of life, the book of life. Sip the water from the brook of life. Take a glass. They've got that animal in them pot, but them a cook a spice. You, what you say I do should be true. We can lie, to scorn the wicked, look at life. Them got eyes, pick a knife, but them a joke at life. Them all that dash, them web, them net and look at life. Them said them want them wing to go to heaven, to look for Christ. While them a bow down and a worship them images. I went keep judging like pilgrimage, the foreign never wrong nor fault. So killing it, I did it, like privilege in all the villages to live. So life is crazy, for peace in finite stages. I not stupid no wages, when Babylon slaves. Them separate man and woman, lock them in a cage. Them some more sodomity-less babies. Them some more birth and child and abortion for the ladies for ages. The book of life pages. Babylon wants smear and tear up. When them sodomy affair, through them come forward with the spare. Them meet to veneer, like eyesight or crystal clear. You air, food for the children to share. The youth need love and care. Clothes that someone wear, car where them must stare. Post and money make them eye flare and live in fear. They call us squatters, crop the trees up very raw. Children starving, time so very low. To keep the faith and gospel, show them blood love. Craving for more than enough. Not about money and religion, make them happy and prosperous. Still I see more problem and that's far for us. From birth to pagan being after us, they got cross is the focus and chop for us. So many gone straight to that I still have the motiline in them get fear fish at them. Still gonna kill like patriots. Them get defeat, no fear them weapon or them face the chat. Money man, them top them little sister and them brother girl all. Chop off them father and them mother man. Them set them search the sky and said them search Nazareth and said them still can't find Yeshua or Jaja yeah. The book of life, Babylon one hero. When them sodomy affair, through them come far with the fair. Them need to connect, like I take the crystal clear. Yeah, she's there for the children to share. The youth need love and care. Clothes that someone wear, car where them must stare. Horse and money make them eye flare and live in fear. The nasty come wicked look at life. Them got eyes to knife, but someone and look at life. Them all a dash them, let them whip them all them hook at life. Said them want them wing to go to heaven to look for Christ. While them a bow down and a worship them images. Rastafari give you a thing like privilege. He is the first of killing it. Why they give life privilege in all the villages to live? What? Searching to find love, no hurting, she needs my love. Certainly ready anytime for divine love. I need a in my heart for charm and keep my warm. Oh, and I'll be flowing on and on from dusk till dawn. She's the one who keeps my pulse right through the storm. So be strong, do no wrong. I need her in my arms to hold. Just go warmer when she's cold. Be by your side, so brave and bold. Oh, I'll be in full eye charge. Lightning flash and thunder roll. Let's get close, no, it's not the time to show. Just in case you have never been told, you should know, girl, you're worth more than money and gold. I need her in my heart to charms and keep my warm. Oh, and I'll be flowing on and on from dusk to dawn.
Rolling again, YomHakippurim. Here we have today's daily psalm. We have song.
Psalm 101.
מזמור ק"א, לדוד מזמור.
I will sing of mercy and judgment.
חסד ומשפט אשירה.
Unto thee, O Lord, will I sing, will I sing, will I sing.
לך אדוני אזמרה, 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 אזמרה.
I will behave myself wisely in a perfect way.
אשכילה בדרך תמים, 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 תמים.
Oh, when wilt thou come unto me, come unto me, come unto me?
מתי תבוא אליי, 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 אליי. אתהלך, אתהלך, אתהלך.
I will walk, I will walk, I will walk.
אתהלך, 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 אתהלך.
I will walk within my house with a perfect heart, perfect heart, perfect heart.
אתהלך בתום לבבי, בתום לבבי, בתום לבבי, בתום לבבי.
I will set no wicked thing before mine eyes. I hate the work of them that turn aside. It shall not cleave to me. A froward heart shall depart from me. I will not know a wicked person. Whoso privily slandereth his neighbor, him will I cut off. Him that hath an high look and a proud heart will not I suffer. Mine eyes shall be upon the faithful of the land, that they may dwell with me. He that walketh in a perfect way, he shall serve me. He that worketh deceit shall not dwell within my house. He that telleth lies shall not tarry in my sight. I will early destroy all the wicked of the land, that I may cut off all wicked doers from the city of the Lord.
John Joseph. Yeah, man. He that know the right and do the wrong shall be spangled ministry. When the heathen come to children step wise. Even though they make mention of them and those, fire they will never be friends. Fire burn. You know why? You know why? Yes, them have the heart of a pagan. The children of the heart of a lion, I know. Evil are move with Satan. Righteous shod in the countenance of the Almighty One. Them have the heart of demons. The children of the heart of a lion, I know.
Psalm 101.
מזמור ק"א לדוד מזמור, 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 מזמור.
I will sing of mercy and judgment, 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 judgment.
חסד ומשפט אשירה, אשירה, אשירה.
John Joseph. Yeah, man. He that know the right and do the wrong shall be spangled ministry. When the heathen come to children step wise. Even though they make mention of them and those, fire burn never be friends. Fire burn. You know why? You know why? Yes, them have the heart of a pagan. The children of the heart of a lion, I know. Evil are move with Satan. Righteous shod in the countenance of the Almighty One. Them have the heart of demons. The children of the heart of a lion, I know. Evil are move with Satan. Righteous walk in the countenance of the Almighty One. For people see hostility rising daily. Ignorant multiply brutality. We I see that they run gone left mommy. We struggle the hard road with fight beginning. Our eyes see baby has been baby. Nothing that happen now do not seem to amaze we. We know that is the fulfillment of prophecy. Our eyes see them no build school is church and penny. penitentiary. Church, dead the penitentiary never empty. Still playing a mental trick on me. Listen, you check you and me check me, and let's bring more love in the black community. Them are the heart of a pagan. The children of the heart of a lion, I know. Evil a move with Satan. Righteous walk in the countenance of the Almighty One. No. Them are the heart of demons. The children of the heart of a lion, I know. Evil a move with Satan. Righteous walk in the countenance of the Almighty One. Respect the father of the prophet Moses and Abraham. You have to respect the father of Jacob and Solomon. Respect the creator of many nations. He made the birds, he made the beasts, the fishes of the ocean, and fasten them together with his mighty. And he made the man, he made woman, children, the future of the land. So who is you to disrespect the creator, man? 72 nations bow down and crown him conquering one. It would be beautiful in the sight of God the Holy One to see the unification of my nation. Them have the heart of a pagan. Watch them. The children of the heart of a lion, I know. Evil a move with Satan. Righteous walk in the countenance of the Almighty One. Them have the heart of demons. The children of the heart of a lion, I know. Evil a move with Satan. Righteous walk in the countenance of the Almighty One. Poor people see hostility rising daily. Ignorant multiply brutality. We I see daddy run gone left mommy to struggle the hard road with 5 bikini. Our I see baby having baby. Nothing that happen no do not seems to amaze we. We know that is the fulfillment of prophecy. Our I see them no build school is church and penitentiary. Church dead the penitentiary never empty. Still playing a mental trick on me, believe me. Them are the heart of a pagan. The children of the heart of a lion, I know. Evil a move with Satan. Right of walk in the continent of the
Yes. Here. Today's daily song. Here we have Psalm 101. Psalm chanted, recited by the Rastafari Mekonnen, aka Kadamawi Haile Selassie, circa coronation anointing. Let me put this right, because before the coronation there had to be the anointing. All right, we often forget about the anointing. Yes, the anointing and the coronation of the Rastafari Mekonnen from the throne Kadamawi Haile Selassie. This psalm right here, an ideal kingship, the prince's psalm, also called mirror for magistrates. Magistrates like kings are magistrates, or magistrates like a judge. So right here, today's daily song, we touched on it in the intro right here on tonight's podcast right here, means more Kof Aleph, Psalm 101, Psalm CI. A couple of key questions here. First questions at the opening. When wilt thou come to me? When will thou come to I? This poignant question receives its most pointed explanation based on the fact that the psalm was composed by David HaMelech at the beginning of his reign. As we mentioned already, his ardent wish, his zeal. He had a zeal. His zeal was to install the Aron HaBarit, the Ark of the Covenant, that was captured, or we could say recaptured, right? Liberated from the Philistines in Jerusalem. Now, there was an incident, also let's recall the incident, the death of Uzzah, right, where he got split. You know, he tried to steady the ark on, I think it was an oxen cart, right? And he was split, right? This frustrated his first attempt to realize that hope, that expectation. And in 2 Samuel, chapter 6, verse 9, I think there's a numbering right? The numbering thing right here. Here we have 2 Samuel chapter 6, verse 8. Let's go to this right here. Okay, Wayichal Dawid al Asher Parat Yahuwah Peret Be'uza. Okay, the split, the breach on Uza. Wayikra Lama Koma Hahua Peret Uza Ada Hayoma Hazen. Let's bring out the English right here. Here we have it. Go to KJV Light. And David was displeased because Yahweh had made a breach upon Uzzah. And he calls the name of the place Perez Uzzah to this day. Okay, a couple of notes right here. Broken, right? Made, he broke. Right? When it says he made a breach, he like broke a breach, right? That is the breach of Uzzah, the breach of Uzzah. Here, the Ivrit right here. Why Yichar Lid Dawid al Asher Parat Yahuwah Peret Be'uzzah. So now here, let's go to the next verse. Let's see if we can just go to the next verse right here. Because 6 and 9, back that up right there. 6 and 9 right here. KJV. And David was afraid. So this is the part right here. And David was afraid of Yahweh that day and said, how shall the ark of Yahweh come to me, come to I? How shall the ark of Yahweh come to I? Wayera Dawid, Wayera, he was Yare, he was reverent, but really afraid. Wayera Dawid et Yahuwah bayom hahu. Right, this day, that day, bayom, and the day hahu, the day, the he, to say like this day. Wayomer, and he said, Ike, how? Ike, Yabo, Eli, how it to come to I, Ike, Yabo, Eli, Aaron, Yahuwah. How shall the Aaron in the Hebrew, the Aaron of Yahuwah, right? Yahuwah, how shall it come to I? This was his question. Ike, like how? Ike, Yabo, Eli, how to come to I, Aaron, Yahuwah, how shall the ark of Jehovah come to I? So right there. Let's bring this back over here. Just to go through this overview right here, go through verse by verse. So there was that incident of Uzzah, right, that frustrated the attempt. Now, his question implies that before Jerusalem could have the privilege of housing Ha'aron, that the city must be made fit for its reception by a thorough eradication of the evil, the hurt, the harm. His purpose in making this reformation, so Dawid actually, if we study the historical text, the more historical text, like the biography, so to speak, like Samuel and even Kings, we'll find this to be true, that Dawid's purpose was in making a reformation. And this is voiced here in today's daily psalm, Mizmor Kof Aleph. Now this Targum in the Hebrew interpretation also explains why it was included, as we mentioned already, immediately after the Ascension Psalms, the Shir HaMa'alot, Ma'alot of going up, the Ascension Psalms. Zion, we should note, was the castle, the palace, the seat of the Davidic government. And Zion could only become a fitting resting place for Ha'aron, the Aaron, aka the Ark, or in Bamarinya Amharic, known as a Tabot, after the city had been cleansed of all unrighteousness. And now here we have Dawid, man after Yahweh's own heart, as the earth, the earthly plane, could only become the Malkut Elohim, Malkut HaElohim, the kingdom of God, when wickedness, ratchetness had been eliminated. So here in today's daily psalm, we have the first two verses 1 to 2. We have Hamelech, the king, the Negus, even Negus and Neges, longing for Yahweh Eloheinu, for Elohim's presence, We say presence when the Hebrew comes out like the face.
that face, that presence, that perception. In verses 3 to 4, he will shun everything that is base, right? Then like vile, right? In verses, we have verses 5 to 6, his ministers, his servants, his ministers. I can say even the government ministers must. This is the qualification, right? That we even see in the reign of His Majesty towards the later part. You know, the ministers that come up did not reach this bar, right? They fell short. His ministers must be righteous. Verses 7 to 8, he will purge Yerushalayim of the wicked, of the Rasha, the defiant, the Risha'im. So right here, picking up today's daily psalm, Mizmor Kof Aleph, Psalm 101, Psalm CI. First two verses, the Aleph and the Beit verses. First two verses here. Ha-Melech, the king, the Negus, even Negus and the guest, longing for Elohim's presence. English, verse up, KJV. A psalm of David. I will sing of mercy and judgment to thee, O Yahweh, will I sing. LeDavid Mizmor, Chesed Da'u Mishpat, Ashira, Chesed, mercy, Chesed, also loving kindness, Chesed, not Chesed, but Chesed, brought out here as goodness, kindness, faithfulness, right? Chesed, right? Chesed u mishpat, and judgment, mishpat. Chesed u mishpat, right? Judgment, justice, right? Ordinance, right? Judgment as is translated, judgment, right? From the sense of the act of deciding, right? To place the court, the seat of judgment, the process, right? Procedure, litigation, right? Litigation. Interesting, we have the first written constitution, you know, with the Rastafari Mekonnen, aka Kalamal Haile Selassie, but also with David, we have significant reformations that were made. Most ones know about like David versus Goliath and the Psalms, but they don't really go into, you know, the detail of the testimony. So therefore, sometimes there's a disconnect with what he's saying in the Psalms, right? Yes, they are aspirational, but they also are manifest. So here in the opening verse right here, he says, I will sing. The word for sing here, ashira, I will do the shir, sure, to sing, shir, sure, the root right here, ashira, I will sing. Chesed u mishpat, loving kindness or mercy and judgment, ashira, I will sing. Leka, le for ka, for the I male, leka, Yahweh. For the I, to the I, O he who be, who he be. Azamera. Notice something right here in this first verse for ones who are watching and looking at the live stream screen right there. You see where it says, I will sing? It's the H7891. Then you see the last blue letter, H2167. It says, will I sing? Now, you know, the word order difference. I will sing, will I sing? But notice it's a different number, it's a different word. First word from shir or sure, this is the root verb to sing. Right? It's like sing a song, like strolling, minstrelly, right? Like a minstrel kind of a song, singing, you know, like regular singing, you could say singing. But here, with the second one, will I sing, more better translated, will I chant, zamar. Take note, mizmor is a psalm. One might say it's a song, but really it's a psalm. There's a difference between psalm and song. So here we have mizmor, the root of mizmor is from zamar. The zamar, they define it as to sing as well, but if you study it, it means like to chant. Sense in English better would be I will chant, right? Through the idea of striking with fingers, you know, like musically, by a musical accompaniment, as it were, but the idea is a chant, right? So there's a difference between song and chant, right? The Psalms are really chant, so we would call it Rastafari, and I would say Isaac. But here, first verse, plus the superscription, LeDavid Mizmor, for David, of David, a psalm, a chant. Chesedu mishpat ashira. Mercy and justice I will sing. Lika, to the eye, Yahweh, azamera. To the eye, for the eye, I will chant Ises, or I will chant praises, in other words. Azamera, I will chant mizmor. I will chant mizmor in that sense. So here, first verse, I will sing. Ashira, Ashira. I will extol of the virtues, right? So when we say Yahweh, he who be, the proper Hebrew to English understanding, right? At a basic level, he who becomes that which he will be, right? Here, Chesed Mishpat brings out his attribute. Who he be, right? He be the merciful one, the one who's loving kind. He be the one who is the just judge. I will extol of the virtues. These are virtues, or the midot. Midot is like attributes, Hebraically speaking. Chesed, chesed umishpat, mercy and justice. Now compare this right here with even Psalm 89, round about verse 14, verse 15, that reads, righteousness and justice are the foundation of thy throne. What? Righteousness and justice are the foundation of thy throne. Mercy and truth go before thee. These qualities of divine rule are lauded and applauded, right? They are the praise by the psalmist and ani vani, and will be made the guiding principles of his reign. In this Psalm of David, right, in this chant of the Rastafari Mekonet, right, coronation, anointing and coronation day, I will sing of mercy and judgment. Chesed umishpat ashira. Leka Yahweh azamera. I will sing praises, Isis, chant. I will chant to the eye, O Yahweh, not merely in words, but in imitating the divine midot, or attributes, characteristics, attributes in his own kingship. LeDavid Mizmor Chesed uMishpat Ashira Leka Yahweh Azamera. Here, the bait verse, this opening section, the king's longing, right, for Elohim's face, for Elohim's presence, his perception. Here, second verse, the bait verse, I will behave myself wisely in a perfect way. Oh, when will thou, the eye, come to eye? I will walk within my house with a perfect heart. Now, you have many ones say, well, nobody's perfect. Nothing's perfect, but we have the word perfect. Let's get a definition here. Let's write up the second verse right here. Asakila b'derekata matai tabo elai eta haleka b'tam lebabi b'kareb beiti. Askila. This is from Sakal. Right? You know, in some of the Psalms, they have the superscription as a maskil, not maschil, but maskil. Right? Here, maskil, and also asakila, right, as a verb, to be prudent. Sakal, the basic root verb sakal, in the sense of I will sakal, right? Askila. I will be prudent. I will be circumspect. I will wisely understand, prosper, be prudent, right? To have insight, the general sense, to give attention to, insight, comprehension, right? To be circumspect, right? As it says that David, when he was in the house of Shaul, right? Because of the situation, he was very circumspect. Right, sakal, right, to cause, to consider, right. But now bringing it down, there we go, right there, the fifth entry, to act circumspectly, to act prudently, right? To act wisely and therefore to prosper or have success, right? Interesting, the PL sense is to lay crosswise, to cross the hands. It's interesting, the PL, the secondary sense of the Hebrew word, but here it's the primary sense, the primitive root, to be or causatively to make or to act circumspect. So asakila. Some interpret this as I will give heed, right? I will give heed, like I will give heed to the way of integrity, right? We have this brought out as I will behave myself wisely. I think the KJV has it very right and exact to English translation. I'll behave myself wisely or circumspectly, or in the sense of intelligently. Asakila biderek, be in the derek, right? In the derek, right? Derek, right? The way, the road, the way, right? The way, ha-derek, as we mentioned before, again, it's a road, but it's a road as trodden. There's other words in Hebrew for a way, a path, something generally as a road, but this word here brings out the sense of like the well-trodden road, the well-trodden path, right? Therefore, in the figurative sense, like a course of life or a mode of action, right? The way, the truth, the life. Asakila b'derek tamim. B'derek tamim. What is tamim? Tamim here is brought out as perfect. Tamim, for the Chaverim and the Talmudim, no doubt recall this word in the Torah. You know, in the Torah, it first appears, right, with Noah, right? It says that he was what? Perfect in his generation. And also appears with Avinu Yaakov, right, with Father Jacob, right? That he was a plain, KJV translates as a plain man, right? A plain man dwelling in tents. But uses the term tam, right? Singular tamim. Tamim is a dual sense, to be complete, right? Also, this word is used with the sacrificial offerings in HaTorah, right? That they are to be perfect, right? So if nothing is perfect, how can the offerings be perfect? That means we have to get a new idea or a true idea of what it truly means scripturally to be perfect. In other words, the offering of the animals, this will give us insight to its application elsewhere. So the offering of the animals, right, if it's a cow or a bull, right, is to have exactly what a bull is supposed to have. Nothing more, nothing less, right? If a bull is supposed to have 2 horns, it's not supposed to have 3 horns or 1 horn. If a bull is to have 4 legs, it's not to have 3 legs or 5 legs. That's the general sense right there. Perfect. In other words, not to be a hybrid, not to be, you know, demon or man-made or corrupted. Be as Yahweh created. That's the sense of being complete, right? Or being sound, being healthy. As you can see right here, right? Sound, wholesome, unimpaired, even innocent. Interesting. People talk about innocent this and innocent that. Well, Hebraically, that's the sense of, quote, perfect. What is complete? Or this one brings out the best sense right here, one of the better senses. What is complete or entirely in accord with truth and fact? And the truth and fact of HaTorah in the context of the covenant, right? Entire, as you can see. It can be applied literally. It can be applied figuratively. It can be applied morally. Also, tamim, when used as a noun, tam or tamim, as a noun, integrity or truth. That's the general sense in translation, which is without blemish, right? Without blemish, without nothing more, without nothing less. So when he says right here, asakila b'derek tamim, I will give heed to the way of integrity is one translation of it. I will give heed to the way, I'll become circumspect to the way, the derek tamim, to the way of integrity, or at KJV brings out the Hebrew in this sense, I will behave myself wisely in a perfect way, in a way of integrity, b'derek tamim. He will deliberately choose, right, the perfect way, which in the Hebrew sense, a little more better, the direct tamim, in the way of integrity, to walk it out, to live it out, right? To walk in right, as the ruler, right, as the melech, right, as a negus, even negus neges of his people. Asakila b'derektami. Matai tabo elai. Etahaleka bitama lebabi. Bikreb beiti. So then he goes on to say, oh, ask this question, oh, when wilt thou come to me? When will thou come to I? Matai tabo. Matai, matai, when? Matai, when tabo, the I male, come. Eli, Eli, to I. Matai tabo, Eli. When will the I come to I? This is the goal that inspired his resolution. For the attainment of that, he specifies the steps he will follow. So it's not just rhetorical, it's not a rhetorical question, but he asks this question, right? This is the goal that inspires the resolution, right? For the attainment of that, he specifies the steps here in this song. So it's like, this is the question, this is the goal. Then you're going to say, well, this is how I'm going to fulfill that goal, right? When he asks the question, Matai tabo. Matai tavo, Eli? Matai tabo, Eli. When will you come to I? Eta halek, I will halak. You know, some be like, oh, halakha, that's the white Jews. Nigga, you don't know. Study Hebrew, right? Halak. What halak mean? It's like when we say, you know, we can talk it out, but really the real challenge is to walk it out, right? To walk, right? Walk humbly with I and I, Elohim, to walk it out, right? To live it out, the sense of walk. So you can clearly see halak is at the root of halakha. So when we say halakha, it's like the way to proceed, the way to go about it. You know, like we can read it in the word, but how is it walked out, right? How is it walked out? Here, Dawid says, Eta halek. Now, Eta halek, in this sense, it comes from the root halak. Eta halek, let's show right here. You see the heat pa'el? You see the heat pa'el sense? So halak, when it's put into the verbal hita pa'el sense, it becomes in the first person I, Eta halek, the heat pa'el sense, that means to traverse, to walk about, almost like to say, I will go to and fro, like go about my business, my comings and goings, as it were. Eta halek, bit Tom, bit what? Bit Tom. Here we have Tom. Let me laugh when people say, oh, Uncle Tom. Actually, in the narrative, here in these Americas, Uncle Tom was actually he was actually righteous. It was Sambo that was the real Judas kind of Iscariot kind of cat. To Uncle Tom, he tried to save these two black women who would have gotten in trouble if he didn't run cover for them. But anyway, Tom, here we have Tom right here in the Hebrew. Tom, right? Tom, right? Integrity. Now, like Tom, or sometimes it says Tom for R sound, and sometimes for like a cholem, or O sound, Tom, or Tom, integrity. This is the root of tamim. Tamim is the plural of Tom, right? Integrity. Hold on for a moment right here. Integrity. Hold on for a moment. Integrity. Kapar. You see kapar right there. Integrity. Right? So he says, Eta halek, I will go to and fro. Eta haleka betama levabi. Betam levabi. Right? Betam, right? In integrity, completeness, innocent, right? The sense of simplicity, right? Integrity, completeness, figuratively, prosperity. Usually when applied in a moral sense or a moralistic sense, it has a sense of innocence. So when it says in the Hebrew, right, let's show you the Hebrew right here. We're looking at the hard copy as well. When it says this right here, right, Betam levavi, modern Hebrew, Betam levavi. Betam levavi, modern enunciation, ancient pointing, Betam levavi. What is the lebab? The lebab is the heart, right? The inner man, right? The will, the inner man, right? As heart in the Hebrew has a sense of like the midst, the center,
right? The heart, like the heart of the sea, is the center of the sea. So the lebab is like the innermost of the innocence, right? Applying to like the appetites, the emotion, the courage, the heart, right? As the most interior organ, right? So like heartical, he's saying, I will go to and fro, right? And, by way of integrity, right? Integrity of my heart. Lebabi, lebab, heart, lebabi, my heart. What do we have here? Right? Here, he shows how you can go about this, right? In order for Yahweh Eloheinu to come to I. We gotta walk in the integrity, right? Go to and fro with an integrity of heart, but it's not over right there. Here in the Hebrew, right, we have this phrase here to seal it up, this line here. Big Areb Beiti. Big Areb Beiti. So the whole of phrase right here is from right here. This is the last part. We're going like phrase by phrase in the verse right here, right? Eta halek bitam lebabi. Big Areb Beiti. Big Areb in the Kareb, right? Within Kareb, in the midst, in the inner part, right? The inward, right? The inward part, in the midst, right? Within, in the midst, in the center, in the midst of Beiti, Bayit, house, Beiti, within my house. Big Areb Beiti, within my house. Now here, the beginning is to be made. So here the king is saying, here's where he's going to begin to fulfill this, right? This ideal kingship, right? Which says charity begins at home and then spreads abroad. So Dawid says right here, Eta haleka betam lebabi, bikareb lebi, bikareb lebi, bikareb beiti, within my house. Here, bikareb beiti, in my house. His private life will not be tarnished by the corruption and self-indulgence that were usual with an Eastern or an Oriental monarch, an Eastern monarch, right here from notes. So here, this line right here, the second line, Asakila b'dereka tamim, matai tabo elai, eta haleka betama lebabi, bikareb beiti. Now, here's the second verse. We begin the next section, verses 3 and 4. He will shunning, right? Shunning, right? It says he will shun everything base or everything that's vile, right? Worthless. Here, the Gimel verse, the third verse right here. I will set no wicked thing before mine eyes. I hate the work of them that turn aside. Shall not cleave to I, right? Shall not cleave to I. Now, here in the Hebrew, we're going to bring it out, but just kind of a heads up, right? Wicked thing being translated as wicked thing in the Hebrew sense is a thing of Beli Ya'al, Belial, or Beliar. Also in English is Beliar, like the Prince of Beliar, Belial. Yeah, Beliar. Right? It's interesting because in the Hebrew, it comes from like two words, Beli without Ya'al. Ya'al is like worth value. So I'm like without value. It's like worthless men and women and people will call like sons or daughters of Belial. Even Hannah, when Eli, the priest, the priest tried to say that she was drunk. She said, don't take, your servant for a daughter of Belial. Beli in Hebrew, Beli without Ya'al, worth, Belial. But let's go to the verse right here. Lo ashit le negeda ainai davara Belial. Aseh Seitim Saneti Lo Yidabak Abi. Here. I will set no wicked thing before my eyes. Lo, ashit, lo, not ashit, right? I will not sheet, right? To set, to put, right? Ashit, I set, I put. Lo, not ashit, not I setting, not I putting. Lin, neged, neged, right? Neged, right? They don't put the word neged. Neged is like before, like opposite of. They don't put the blue letter word right there. There's another word. Neged, right? Lin neged, like from before, right? Before, ainai, coming from ayin is I, ainai, before my eyes, I will set. Lo, ashita le neged ainai, not I setting before mine eyes. Devar, right? Devar, Belial, right? No wicked, right? Belial. As we said in Hebrew, Belial is like a construct word of two parts coming together, right? Two parts coming together, right? Beli without Ya'al. In other words, without worthlessness, like good for nothing, right? Like good for nothing thing, good for nothing people, Belial, without profit, right? Without worth, right? Belial or Belial, as you can see in the English right there. Literally, it's a matter, as we have dabar, right? A word, a speech, a matter of worthlessness. So I will not set, right, no base thing, no worthless thing, right, before my eyes. No worthless thing, no worthless matter, right? Here we have comparison to other areas of the Psalms, namely Psalm 18. Psalm 18, round about verse 4, verse 5, and Psalm 41, round about verse 8, verse 9. He will avoid every unworthy aim and ambition. All right, so this resolve right here to avoid every unworthy aim and ambition. Right? Also, right, also say team, right? Also say team, sanati. I hate the doing of things crooked, right? This translation here says, I hate sanati, right? The work, the asa, right? Asa, right? Asa, right? Also say team, the doing, right? The doing, right? The deeds, right? That swerve from right, right? Here where it says, of them that turn aside, Satan comes from the Hebrew suit, right? Spelt with a samek, in some cases spelt with a sin, right? As you can see right there, suit, right? To swerve away, to fall away. But sutin, Satan is a plural sense. So it's like the deeds, that which deflects or goes wrong, right, from the way, right? That which is crooked, we can say, right? He says right here, bring that out. It shall not cleave to me. Lo yidabak be. Almost literally in the Hebrew, lo not yidabak. It will not dabak is like stick. It will not stick to me. It will not cleave to me, the sense. It will not stick to me. It will not impinge upon me. It will not cling to me, right? In a figurative sense, it will not catch me. But basic sense, it will not cleave, stick to me. Should an evil deed come to his hand, he's saying, he will at once free himself, like extricate, does it say extricate himself from it. Here to the fourth verse right here, the Dalet verse, today's daily psalm, Mizmor Kof Aleph, Psalm 101. A froward heart shall depart from me, I will not know a wicked. person. All right, the word person is italicized, but be that as it may, levav or lebab ikesh. Lebab ikesh yasura mimeni ra'a lo eda ra lo eda ra lo eda. I would not know a ra, evil, like an evil man, evil person, ra, right? Lo, not eda, 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 eda. I to know, I will know. Here, this line right here, a perverse heart or a froward heart. Lebab, levav, lebab, ikesh, 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 ikesh. Lebab, ikesh, right? Ikesh, twisted, distorted, crooked, perverse, perverted, right? But coming from the Hebrew root right here of akash, akash, so ikesh comes from the root, right? Akash. That means to pervert, to twist, to pervert, right? To prove perverse. Let's go down to Strong's down here to knot, like something knotted, right? Distorted. That in the figurative sense is like perverted, right? An act. It could be an act, right? Or something that is declared perverse, right? It could be the deed or that which is said to be the deed. But here, he is saying a perverse or a froward heart, right, shall depart from me. Lebab ikesh, yasor, yasor, yasor from sore, yasor, right, yasor, it will turn aside, right, it will avoid I, it will depart from I, it will turn off from I. Yasor mi meni, mi me ani, mi meni, mi me from ani, from I, mi meni. Lebab ikesh yasora mi meni. A crooked heart. Best translation, froward in the KJV, yes, froward. Sometimes they will bring it out as crooked. Froward heart, right? Proverbs chapter 11, verse 20. Only what is yashar, like upright, straightforward, will remain in lebabo, right? In his heart. To say in lebavi, in I heart. And what he's bringing out here, lebavi keisha yasor mimeni ra. Ra lo eda. Ra lo eda. So ra, evil. So now ra, like it's an ain, so it has a guttural ra, right? Here, sometimes used as an adjective, right? So it can be interpreted here as an evil person, right? An evil person, or just in a general sense of evil, but saying like an evil person, a displeasing person from the ra'a sense. Here he says ra, evil, lo, not ada, from the yada root, he know, yada, he know, ada, I know, yada, he know, ada, I know. So he says, ra'a lo eda'a, an evil person, an evil one. I will not be intimate with this person. So, the Hebrew sense of to know, we have to understand the Hebrew sense of to know, right? I might have heard about that, right? Yeah, that's the person over there, whatever. But there's no really closeness that I know that person in the Hebrew sense of no, right? Lebabi kesh yasur mimeni ra'a lo eda'a. Here, bringing us right here, right, to verses 5 to 6. Another section. We got like 4 sections here, right? Here to the 3rd section right here, verses 5 to 6. His ministers must be righteous. His ministers must be righteous. It says, whoso privily, secretly slandereth his neighbor, him will I cut off. Him that hath a high look and a proud heart will not I suffer. Melashni abasetera re'ehua oto atzmit. Gebaha ainayima ua rehaba lebab oto
lo ukal, lo ukal. Melashni, melashni. First word right there, melashni. Here, lashan, lashan is like, as a verb, is to use the tongue. Lashon, lashon is the tongue, and lashan is the verb to use the noun. So the noun lashon, tongue, as a noun. Lashan here, lashan is to use the tongue. All right. Well, usually when we use in Hebrew, say to lashon as a verb, one is using the tongue. They're usually slandering. They're accusing, to use the tongue from an ancient sense of like to lick. You know what I mean? To wag the tongue. Right? They wag their tongue. They lashon, them using them tongue. Right? They're wagging the tongue. They're calumniating. Right? They're accusing, false accusation, accusers. Right? Notice the word is twice there, lashan, lashan. But here in the Hebrew, here's the word right here, melashni, melashni. Melashni is like saying like a slanderer, right? Melashni, right? One who slanders, right? A slanderer, melashni, baseter, right? One who slanders baseter, baseter, sater, sater is privily, or right here, seter, sater is like covering secretly, right? Secretly, right? Like somebody talking behind your back in that sense, right? Secretly, right? Melashni, let me get right here. Melashni baseter re'ehu, 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 re'e, re'e, reya. His reya, reya, reya is like a reya is a friend and companion. Re'ehu, adding hu behind it is his reya. So we said reya, reya, right? We have reya and we have re'ehu, re'ehu, re'ehu is his, right? The hu behind reya means his. Check. Re'ehu, right? His neighbor, his friend, actually like his friend, his associate, right? More or less close, right? Doesn't have to be close, but one who he associates with. You know, he's talking bad about one who he associates with, you know? So you associate with him and you talking bad about him and now supposed to trust you. Melashni baseter re'ehu, right? Or whoso slanders his neighbor, right, his companion in secret, him will I destroy. Oto, in the Hebrew, oto is him. Oto atzmit, atzmit. Right, it says right here, him will I samat, smat, I will smat, like swat, smat, right, samit, right, to put an end to cut off, to exterminate, right, to extirpate, right, extirpate, right, to cut off, right here. Him that hath a high look and a proud heart, right, gebah, ainaim, gebah, right, gebah, right, gabah, here, gebah, proud, ainaim, ainaim. Here it says look, but actually the word is eyes. In the Hebrew, ainaim, ainaim is eyes. So gebah, proud, right? Ainaim, proud. You can say proud eyes, to say a proud look. Ooh, and rechab, 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 right? We have rechab here. Rechab is wide, abroad. Rechab, right? Rechab, lebab. And literally here, it's a wide heart. But wide heart is like a proud heart, a wide heart, right? Rechab, lebab. He says, oto, him. Oto, him. Lo kal, will I not suffer? But interesting to hear the word ukal, right? I will not, I'm not able to. You know, nowadays we use this term nowadays. We actually speak this way in some ways nowadays. Oto lo ukal. When you say, yo, I just can't. I can't with you. Yo, I can't with you. You know, like when some people say, I can't with him. I just can't with him. That's kind of the sense right here from the ukal, right? Ukal is like to be able. Like I'm not able. I'm not. I can't. Oto lo ukal, right? When it says I will not suffer, it has a sense literally of I can't. Like I will not, you know, I'm not able to him, I'm not able. Him, I can't. I just can't. Right? Lo ukal. Oto lo
ukam. Here. So slander, first of all, here, the malashni, right, is a common vice in a king's court, right? Anyone should know this, that slander in a king's court is a common vice, haughty and proud, high and proud. Such men are likely to imperil. Such people who have these sort of characteristics here in this Hay verse right here, right? Such men and people are likely to imperil the peace of the state, the shalom, the well-being of the state. Those characteristics are likely to destroy the kingdom, right? Wow, va verse right here. Wow verse right here. Mine eyes upon the faithful of the land, that they may dwell with I. He that walketh in a perfect way, he shall serve me. All right, perfect in the way. Right here. This is the section where his ministers must be likewise righteous. Einai bi ne'emane eret. Einai, my eyes, Einai, be on the emane, the faithful of Eretz, the faithful of the land. Einai be ne'emane Eretz, my eyes on the faithful of the land. La shevet imadi, that he may shevet, to dwell, to shevet imadi, that he may dwell, in that sense, that he may dwell, right, with I. Holek, one who walks, one who halaks, is holek. Holek, walker, like one who walks. Holeka bidarek, a walker, one who walks in the way. Bidarek tamim, who? He himself, not a other, but he himself, who? Yesharteni, Yesharet ani, he will sharet ani. Yesharteni, he will serve. Sharat, to minister, to serve. Right? So here it says, Yesharteni, he will serve me. Right here, mine eyes, I9. My eyes are upon who? My eyes are upon the Ne'emane, those who have the Aman, right? The faithful. Ne'emane, the faithful of the Eretz, the faithful of the land. Why? That they may la shevet from the yashab sense. I know it sounds like Shabbat, but shevet, right? That he may yashab imadi, that he may dwell with I. I look out to discover such ones and ones. I'm looking out for the faithful of the land. Right? My eyes are upon the faithful of the land. Einaya be ne'emne, the faithful of Eretz. Be ne'emne Eretz, the faithful of the land, that la shevet imadi, that he may dwell with me, that he may be my chabir, that these will be my chabirim, right? He will be my chabir, he will be my associate, that he can dwell with I, right? Walking in a way of integrity, he that walketh in the way of integrity, he shall minister to I, say he shall serve I. Holeka b'derek tamim, huwa yisharteini. Each of his ministers must be like himself. Each of his ministers must be like himself. And this refers us once again to the second verse right here. So this line right here, right? My eyes are upon the faithful of the land, that they may dwell with me, that they may dwell with I. He that walketh, that trotteth in the way of integrity, a perfect way, he shall minister to me, he shall minister to I. I9. Bin emne eretza la shebeta imadi. Holeka bidareka tamim huwa yesharteni.
This here brings us to the last two lines right here. Today's daily psalm is Yimiםnוראים Aleph. Hebrew alphanumeric Qaf, numerical value of 100. Aleph, first letter of the Hebrew alphabet, value of 1. So here, verse 7. He that worketh deceit shall not dwell within my house. He that telleth lies shall not tarry in my sight. Here, let's bring out the note right here. Shall not tarry. The Hebrew has a sense more better of not just shall not tarry, but shall not be established. Shall not be established. Let's bring this up right here. Let's go to the Hebrew verse right here. Lo yesheba bikareba beitia. Oseya remia dobera shikarim. Lo yikona le neged ainai. Lo, not yesheb. Right? Not sitting, big areb, beiti. Lo yesheb, not sitting in the midst of my house. Lo yesheba, big areb, beiti. What kind of persons? Osei, a doer of Osei Remia. Now, what's the Osei Remia right here? Right? Osei, right? Here is one who does, one who asa. Asa mean he did. It means like to do, but he did. Osei is a doer, right? A doer of Remia. Because you might think that there's Yah at the end, don't get it confused, right? This is Hebrew, right? It's laxness, slackness, slackening, right? Remia, right? Remia. The Yah at the end is not even like that. I just want to say that it's from Rama, right? Rama. You could look at it as one who is slack to Yah, if you put it like that, right there, but generally meaning remissness and treachery. Osei remia, a doer of deceit. Lo yesheb big areb beiti, will not sit, will not dwell. Lo yesheb big areb, in the midst, beiti. Big areb beiti, in the midst of my house, within my house. Shall not dwell. So the verses 7 to 8 here, the final part of today's daily psalm, he will purge Jerusalem, purge the city, the holy city, the city of the ratchet, right, of the wicked. Shall not dwell. Lo yesheb. As we have in Psalm 15, the first verse, with a different verb. So we have a different verb, but this is the sense, shall not dwell, given those qualifications in Psalm 15, right? Here in today's daily psalm with a different verb. A deceitful man will not have entry to the palace, right? Was not to have entry to the palace, and definitely not to have entry in the government. He that worketh deceit shall not dwell within my house. Lo yesheb bikareb beiti osei remia. Dober shikarim. Dober, right? Dober here comes from dabar. Dabar means to speak. Dabar literally means he spoke, but it's the root sense of, looking at the roots of verbs. Dabar, right? To speak. Dober is a speaker. Dober, right? So the dober or the dober shikarim. Here we have dober shikarim, the speaker of sheker. Sheker is lie. Sheker is deception, disappointment, falsehood, right? What deceives or disappoints or betrays one, this deception, fraud, right? Fraud, falsehood. Injurious in testimony, false witnesses, false slanderers, those who repeat the slander of others against the righteous. Don't know, didn't see nothing, but they won't dwell either. But here, it says right here, Dober, speaker of a shikarim. speaker of lies, of deceptions. Lo yikon, right? Will not be established, will have no foundation, no established. I see here in the KJV, it says, he that telleth lies, dobera shikarim, shall not tarry, lo yikon, in my sight, lin negeda ainai, before my eyes. The word tarry there is from the kun. Kun is the root word. Kun, right? Yikon. You see, he won't be firm. He won't be stable. He won't be established. Lo yikon. He won't be fixed. He won't endure. Right here, scroll down right here. He won't be erect, stand perpendicular. We're going to knock him down. You know what I mean? He won't be set up, right? Literally, right? Whether it's literal, he won't be established, fixed, prepared, applicative, right? In the figurative sense, he won't be appointed, right? He won't be rendered sure. It won't be proper, won't be prosperous, right? In that sense of not being established. So the word not tarry is kind of like a little open right there, but the Hebrew kind of tightens it and zooms in. Dober shikarim loa yikona linegeta ainai. Right? He that speaketh falsehood, deception, shall not be established before my eyes. Right? Shall not be established. He will be dismissed. Right? When his character is discovered. This is what the verse is bringing out. Once he might get in for a moment, we don't really know, but now we begin to see his characters, his true colors, begin to be shining through, and then he's going to be dismissed. What they call in Ethiopia is to be called shum shir. Shum is when somebody was appointed, and shir is like when they were disappointed. You know what I mean? In other words, when they found out that they was not worthy for this job, and they were actually put out of that post. Right? Remember, the section before was talking about the ministers must be righteous. And here, in sealing up this one here, he says that he that worketh deceit shall not dwell within my house, or better translation, he that worketh deceit, right, worketh deception. Right? Once again, remia, fraud, slackness, even being slack in their job, being lax in their job, right? Remissness. Right? Remissness from the sense of Rama means to shoot, to hurl. But the secondary of Rama, to shoot, to hurl, means to beguile, the deceivers, misleaders, tricksters. You know what I mean? Not in my house. Right? Lo yesheba bik rebetia oseya remia. Dober shekarima lo yikona negeda ainai. Here to the 8th and fulfillment verse here, today's daily psalm. Mizmor of Aleph, Psalm 101. I will early destroy all the wicked of the land, that I may cut off all wicked doers from the city of Yahweh. Here. Go to the Hebrew. La bikarima atzmita kola rishaeya retza le hakrit meir Yahweh. Call po alei awen, call po alei aven, call po alei awen. Here. Every morning, here the word is boker, like we use the term boker tov, like good morning, boker tov, boker, fully enunciated, boker, or boker, morning, the break of day. Here we have the plural term right here in la bikarim, right? La bikarim. But now bikarim, let me see if I can bring this out right here. Bikarim, right? Bikarim right here. Bakar, like to seek, to inquire. Let me go over here. Bakar, to seek, to inquire. Bekar, right? Bakar. You see how bakar is also cattle. Oxen. It was brought out in the Midrash study. So looking at Bikarim, we can look at it as mornings, the dawnings, or we can look at it in a kind of a figurative sense as cattle, right? The herd of cattle is the Bakar. So we have Bakar right here, right? Cattle, right?
generate plural, but singular in form collective. So often in the Hebrew, like speaking about one cattle, talk about like the cattle. But here we have morning, the relationship of morning right there, right? Let's see, boka in the sense of boka. All right, go back to, so boka coming from the root of bakar, right? To be early, right? The sense of early, as we showed right here, to inquire. Because usually, in the early hours, to inquire, to seek after, right? To break forth, like the day breaking forth, right? To plow. You see the connection right there, even for the land, boker, like, what do you say? Make hay while the sun shines, right? But of course, in making that hay while the sun shines, one uses the bakar, the cattle. So some actually, there's an interesting translation of this right here that actually applies that he says, early, I will early destroy the wicked of the land. But they will be like the cattle, become like cattle. If you remember the previous Psalm 49, he who is in honor that understands not, is like the beast that perish. So there's that kind of a reasonment on it. But keeping it plain right here, la bikarim, bringing it out in the other sense of morning by morning or for the mornings, like in the mornings, in the early hours. La bikarim atzmit, that same word samat, smat, samat, to put an end to. So in the mornings, I will put an end to, is bringing out the sense, put an end to who? Right? Putting an end to call all, right? All, right? Rish'e, wicked doers. No, there's other wicked up there. You see how the wicked twice was two different words? Rasha is like a wicked, a criminal, a guilty one. Rish'e is like the wicked, the criminal, the guilty ones, aretz, the guilty ones of the land. So like in the mornings, I will cut off, I will destroy all of the criminals of the land, the wicked ones of the land. It's interesting because in certain cases, usually, sometimes if a judgment was going on in the evening before, right, towards the evening, there will be no nighttime execution, right? That will be saved for the next morning. You know what I mean? So right here, first part of the verse, la bikarim atzmit, kol rishei aretz, lehakrit. Now see over here, hakrit from karat, right? Hakrit, right? To cut off, right? So the first word, right? Destroy. It has a sense of putting an end to, exterminating, to terminate, to annihilate, to put an end to, right? Like even the execution of criminals, right? The second, where it says that I may cut off, lehakrit, that I may karat, lehakrit, that I may cut off, me'ir, from the city, right? Me'ir, ayar, right? In the secondary sense, from the city to town, a place of waking, a guarded place. Me'ir, from the city, Yahuwah, from the city of Yahuwah. Who's to be Hakarit, Karat, Lehakarit, call Po'alei Awen, call Po'alei Awen, right? All the workers, right? All the workers of Awen, trouble, iniquity, right? This is an interesting word for trouble, like vanity. You see where it says properly to pant. The idea of Awen or Aven is like exerting yourself for nothing. You're working hard, but it's like there's nothing there, right? This is a kind of a Hebrew sense. You can see where it says to pant, Awen, Aven, to exert oneself, usually in vain, to come to naught, to come to nothingness. Also the word for trouble, vanity, wickedness, specifically in some cases in the scripts, the Aven or Awen is the idol, right? Or the idols. So right here, each morning the king
the Melech, Hamelech, the Negus, and even Negus and Neges would sit to administer justice. How do we know this? Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 21, verse 12. Jeremiah chapter 21, verse 12, where we learn that each morning the king will sit to administer justice. The capital as well as the court must be morally clean. Morally clean. And notice he seals it up. He talks about my house, in the palace, so forth and so on. But here he's now speaking about what will be done to keep that integrity, that you could say that purity, as it were, right, in the city, right, in the city of Yahweh, in the city of Jehovah. So right here, today's daily psalm right here, Psalm 101. All right, Psalm 101, a prince's psalm, right, a mirror for the magistrates, right, David's mirror of a monarch, right here, today's daily psalm. Yes, Rastafari. Here, little dubwise, right here. Let's hear the Hebrew dubwise, today's daily psalm. Pause. Let's do this right here.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
All right. Okay, here. Let's ride up. Here. These daily songs. Outro, double.
מזמור ק"א, לדוד מזמור. חסד ומשפט אשירה, לך אדוני אזמרה. אשכילה בדרך תמים, מתי תבוא אליי? אתהלך בתום לבבי, בקרב ביתי. לא אשית לנגד עיניי דבר בליעל. עשו שתים שנאתי, לא ידבק בי. לבב עיקש יסור ממני, רע לא אדע, מלושני וסדר, רעהו אותו עצמית, גבה עיניים ורחב לבב, אותו לא אוכל. עיני בנאמני ארץ לשבת עמדי, הולך בדרך תמים הוא ישרתני. לא ישב בקרב ביתי עושה רמייה, דובר שקרים לא ייכון לנגד עיניי. לבקרים עצמית כל רשעי ארץ, להכרית מעיר אדוני כל פועלי אבן.
Psalm 101. I will sing of mercy and judgment. Unto thee, O Lord, will I sing. I will behave myself wisely in a perfect way. O when wilt thou come unto me? I will walk within my house with a perfect heart. I will set no wicked thing before mine eyes. I hate the work of them that turn aside. It shall not cleave to me. A froward heart shall depart from me. I will not know a wicked person. Whoso privily slandereth his neighbor, him will I cut off. Him that hath an high look and a proud heart will not I suffer. Mine eyes shall be upon the faithful of the land, that they may dwell with me. He that walketh in a perfect way, he shall serve me. He that worketh deceit shall not dwell within my house. He that telleth lies shall not tarry in my sight. I will early destroy all the wicked of the land, that I may cut off all wicked doers from the city of the Lord. Psalm 101.
מזמור ק"א, לדוד מזמור.
I will sing of mercy and judgment.
חסד ומשפט אשירה.
Unto thee, O Lord, will I sing.
לך אדוני אזמרה.
I will behave myself wisely in a perfect way.
אשכילה בדרך תמים.
Oh, when wilt thou come unto me? Come unto me.
מתי תבוא אליי. אתהלך.
I will walk.
אתהלך.
I will walk within my house with a perfect heart.
אתהלך בתום לבבי.
I will set no wicked thing before mine eyes. I hate the work of them that turn aside. It shall not cleave to me. A froward heart shall depart from me. I will not know a wicked person. Whoso privily slandereth his neighbor, him will I cut off. Him that hath an high look and a proud heart will not I suffer. Mine eyes shall be upon the faithful of the land, that they may dwell with me. He that walketh in a perfect way, he shall serve me. He that worketh deceit shall not dwell within my house. He that telleth lies shall not tarry in my sight. I will early destroy all the wicked of the land, that I may cut off all wicked doers from the city of the Lord.
Yes. Lala Tov, Chaverim. Gamar Chatama Tobah, may you be sealed. May you be sealed. May we and I be sealed in the book of life for a good Shana, a good liberty by Shem Yeshua. Yes, more on the prepping here for the YomHakippurim and the high holy season, Sukkot tabernacles here in the season, the reason for the season. Shalom, Chaverim. Shalom, Yeshua, Shalom. Lala Tov. Good night and a boker, the morning, boker tov as well. Hashem Yeshua, may Yahuwah Eloheinu bless the works, the good works of your hands and the thoughts of your hearts in Yeshua's name. Shalom, Chaverim, Shalom, Yeshua, Shalom.